memories stack up. This September, the race exhilarates. So live in the moment and get your tickets today at churchilldowns.com.
Oh, okay. I felt crazy for a second. I was like,
great.
I had a dog named Wishbone.
It was kind of
so many adventures.
Yeah, like it was sort of like reading Rainbow, only, better. It was better.
Like, yeah.
It was better.
He told tales of history.
Yeah, and he acted in them.
Yeah. So he would wear a little like soldier's uniform and stuff. Like, he was really cute.
Yeah.
It's trust me, Will, it's worth looking up.
Okay.
It's worth catch a couple episodes of Wishbone.
Yeah, Wishbone was great.
And then eventually, once we get you up to speed on that, and then we're going to introduce you to Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
That one sounds scary.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's
That's
great.
That's some good stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay. Well, listen. While we're educating Will Taylor, some educators in the Miami Valley are doing more than just trying to instruct. It's not a good story, and we've got details coming up. It's 6:58.
The Touchdown 7 Game of the Week, sponsored by Alta Fiber, live high school football every Friday night. I'm Ron Otto.
And I'm Parker Testa. Coming to a football field near you, we'll have the biggest games of the 2025 season.
From local and league rivalries to division matchups, every first down and touchdown. From the opening kickoff through the final seconds.
And along with live game action, we'll keep you up to date with scores from all the important games around the region.
Now, the sounds of the band, the cheerleaders, the student section. It all starts live with Todd's Tailgate Party at 5. Then we've got the kickoff for you at 7 o'clock.
A Friday night tradition, the Touchdown 7 Game of the Week, sponsored by Alta Fiber on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Whatever the weather outside, stay comfortable inside with Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, where quality and comfort matter the most. Our cost-effective systems for your home or office and planned service will save you some bucks. Bucks. That's right, Sarah bucks. That will keep your wallet happy. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a reliable local family-owned company that always produces great results. This is Sarah Tanner. Call 299-2500 or go to tannerhvac.com to schedule today. Tanner Heating and Air Conditioning, a name you can trust.
What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around. This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. WHIO Dayton Springfield, celebrating 90 years of being Dayton's news and talk station. Depend on it.
Good morning. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Larry Hansgen. Welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Monday, September 8th. We've got 44 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big three things you need to know. Well, after this chilly start, look for sunshine today and a high in the low 70s. Bengals win round 1 of the Battle of Ohio, beating the Browns 17-16. And our top local story, new details this morning after a number of Miami Valley educators are accused of having inappropriate relationships with students.
Paul Bingle was the high school band director at Eaton High School. He was arrested in July after accusations of inappropriate contact between him and a student. Bingle's trial has been pushed back as the defense team reviews a plea offer from the state.
That's News Center 7's Letitia Perry. Bingle's court date has been pushed back to October 21st.
And in the meantime, a staff member at Kettering Fairmont High School is in jail this morning, accused of an inappropriate relationship with a student.
Jace Nutt is charged with sexual battery. Kettering police say Nutt is a paraprofessional for credit recovery classes. According to Kettering police, the school resource officer there was informed of the inappropriate relationship. The district investigated and found it happened to several other students there as well.
And in Darke County, Justin Travis, a former member of the staff at Greenville High School, has been accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, he resigned on September the 5th and is charged with sexual battery.
Stay tuned here as we continue to follow these cases and bring you the latest updates on your hometown station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
High pressure in control. We plan on staying dry. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz. We do have the slightest chance for rain. I'll tell you when it gets here.
75 south, just a little slow right now. We have police on scene of a reported crash just past Dixie Drive in West Carrollton. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
I'm Larry Hansgen, and this is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Now to Montgomery County, a person is hurt, another in custody this morning after a Friday night shooting.
This happened in Dayton near Newport and Ernst Avenues around 9 p.m. Police first went to the scene on the call of a domestic violence issue. Officers say this shooting was the result of an argument between family members. We are now asking how the victim is doing and if the person taken into custody is facing any charges.
That's News Center 7's Letitia Perry.
Springfield residents had a rough morning yesterday after finding their car's windshields were shattered by pieces of tile.
I was told by people in the area that they started off by seeing at least one car on this street, Murray Street here, and then they started getting reports about over a half dozen across the city.
That is News Center 7's Malik Patterson. No arrests have been made.
Now to Miami County, a child hospitalized after being hit by a car after the football game Friday night in Tip City.
The preliminary investigation shows that a juvenile ran into the street without looking on Parkwood Drive near North 2nd Street and was hit by an SUV traveling west.
That's WHIO's David Hartwig. The child was taken to Dayton Children's where they're being treated for minor injuries.
You're greeted with some chilly September temps as you get into the car this morning.
High pressure's in control. Right now it's up to our north and to our west. It spins clockwise. That air around it pulls in more of a northwest wind with the clear skies. That allows for us to drop nearly 5 to 15 degrees colder this morning. Now, the calmer the wind, the cooler it will be. Plus, we also tie in the dew points.
That is Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
Well, tragedy in Jerusalem as paramedics say at least 4 people were killed in a shooting after attackers opened fire in a bus at a busy intersection.
Paramedics said 15 other people were injured and 6 are in serious condition. Police said 2 attackers were neutralized soon after the shooting began, but did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the status of the attackers.
That's WHIO's Benjamin Fridkiss.
And President Trump said last week that he is considering a deployment of the National Guard to New Orleans instead of Chicago after his administration federalized D.C.'s police force. And President Trump says a decision could come in the days ahead.
Chicago is a very dangerous place, and we have a governor that doesn't care about crime. I guess we could solve Chicago very quickly, but we're going to make a decision as to where we go over the next day or two.
Illinois governor threatened to sue the Trump administration if the Guard is deployed. Chicago police data showing that murders are down 32% compared to this time in 2024, and shootings are down 37%. WHIO News Time 7:05.
I'm Larry Hansgen, and this is Miami Valley's Morning News. Well, you heard it here. New kicker Andre Schmidt connected on his first NFL extra point and field goal in the first half, but missed an extra point and a chip shot field goal in the second half as the Browns lose to the Bengals 17-16 in the season opener. Head coach Kevin Stefanski.
Really proud of a lot of the performance from these guys, proud of effort from these guys, but it's just frustrating not to ultimately go out there, frustrating not to come away with a win.
Next up for Cleveland, a road game at Baltimore. The Bengals will host Jacksonville this coming Sunday. And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, an hours-long standoff in Dayton ends with the arrest of a man facing multiple charges. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time 7:06.
This is a WHIO payroll payout alert.
Thank you.
$1,000 coming up at 8 a.m. The WHIO payroll payout is back. You can win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2, and 5 each weekday.
That's the way you do it.
Play on the WHIO app and WHIO.com.
Welcome to summer. You may be ready for your vacation, but is your car? Call Specialty Motorworks to get your foreign car road trip ready.
Specialty Motorworks, your hometown auto experts.
This is the legendary WHIO, the king of sports in Ohio. We've got the biggest sports teams and leagues on both radio and TV. This year, we're proud to be the home of NFL with Cincinnati Bengals football on Channel 7. The Southwest Ohio home of the Cleveland Browns on WHIO Radio. The biggest Big Ten games during the season every Saturday, including Ohio State football. The CBS NFL Game of the Week. The home of University of Dayton basketball and football. The Touchdown 7 high school football games of the week. The Dayton home of March Madness, the Masters, and PGA Championship. When it comes to the absolute biggest sports brands, WHIO Radio and Television is the king of Dayton sports. WHIO, Dayton's news, talk, and sports station. This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
A lot of people in the travel business are not doing well financially. Airlines, like all the reports about Spirit, but there are other airlines as well that are teetering. And a lot of tour operators. And in the past, we've had a number of smaller cruise lines that have just shut down. And if you have not done things the right way, your money is at risk. And what is the right way? You pay by credit card, not debit card. Debit card offers no protection if somebody goes bust. And if you're booking a tour, a lot of tour operators short of cash try to get you to pay them by check. Do not do that. You use a credit card, even if it costs you a little more for the trip, to protect your money.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO. This is Dayton's weather, traffic, and news station. Dayton's only all-information morning show is on. Now, Miami Valley's Morning News continues on WHIO.
Good morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Less than an hour from now, a chance for you to win $1,000 in the WHIO payroll payout contest. Make sure you listen at 8 for the keyword. When you hear that keyword, enter it on our app or WHIO.com. 44 degrees now at 7:09.
9 minutes after 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. One person in custody this morning after an hours-long standoff in a Dayton neighborhood. Police crews responded to reports of drug complaints on Burkhardt Avenue.
Yeah, WHIO's Will Taylor reports.
Officers saw a person they determined to be a man named Kevin Harney, a violent felon wanted for a probation violation. They said that due to his violent past and his previous encounters and his refusal to come to the door to speak with police, officers contacted SWAT. Harney continued to refuse to come out, and officers secured a warrant. Police also used canines, drones, and other tactics to get Harney to exit the house, but did not use tear gas. After several hours, Harney finally exited the house and was taken into custody.
Yeah, several other people came out but are not being charged, and police found signs of drug abuse and a firearm inside the house. Harney is facing several charges, including obstruction of justice, inducing panic, probation violation, and additional weapons charges.
Ohio's oldest known Army veteran has died. We've learned 108-year-old Moses Eldridge passed away Thursday in Columbus.
Eldridge was drafted in 1943 during World War II and served as a water purifier in a segregated engineer regiment in the Asia-Pacific Theater. Eldridge's message to current and future soldiers was to give the best you can. Remember, you are a soldier in the U.S. Army, so behave like a soldier.
It's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
As seen on WHIO TV, Ariana Grande winning the Video of the Year award at the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards. Talking about her win, Grande offered her thanks to multiple people for their support.
Art has been a safe space for me since I was a kid. I'm so grateful that I get to do this with my life and to have such fiercely loving and supportive fans.
That sound courtesy of CBS and MTV. Grande also won VMAs for Best Pop and for Best Long Form Video. WHIO News Time 7:11.
This is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen. Our 5-day forecast sponsored by Greene County Public Library. And here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
We are dropping into the 30s and 40s this morning to hit a high of 72 this afternoon. Looking at a lot of sunshine. High pressure's in control. Dropping it to 48 tomorrow morning, hitting a high of 78. A little more sunshine. Switching the winds a bit more to the east than the southeast as that high moves eastward on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. High temperatures expected in the low to mid 80s. Barely a cloud in the sky.
Well, our live Doppler 7 radar is clear. We have 43 in Springfield, 42 in Troy, 44 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
Now here's an update with Jake Magnotta.
Larry, been dealing with a crash for about 30 minutes on southbound 75, just south of Dixie Drive in West Carrollton. Just seconds ago, I saw police drive away. They did have that left lane blocked, so that left lane's back open. We should start seeing traffic get back to normal through this spot in just a few minutes. And we only have one other issue. This was reported recently. A crash North Dixie Drive near Old Springfield Road. That's the Butler Township area. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Now, Reds beat the Mets 3-2 to move back to within 4 games. The final National League wild card. Guardians beat Tampa Bay 2-1. Trail Seattle by 2.5 games for the final AL wild card. And Dayton Flyers safety Vincent Forense is the PFL's Defensive Player of the Week. With that, his interception and 6 tackles in UD's 38-0 win over Thomas More. Coming up, a recap of that game in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:13.
This is a WHIO payroll payout alert.
Thank you.
$1,000 coming up at 8 a.m.
At WHIO, we have a really unique and special morning news show. It's called Miami Valley's Morning News. You always get the latest forecast and traffic updates every 10 minutes. Plus, the news from overnight you might not have heard about. We think it should be your first place to check in each day to hear about the stories that everyone's talking about. Would you give us a try tomorrow? 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's News and Talk. Depend on it.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
The clock ticks on you saving $7,500 on a new vehicle if you are interested in buying an electric. The deadline originally had to take delivery by September 30, but now the IRS has issued a ruling that you only have to have entered a deal with a substantial deposit. Even if delivery is after September 30, you will still get the $7,500 credit. And it's interesting, a lot of people that were on the sidelines about sitting on their hands thinking maybe not buy an electric vehicle have been buying them like crazy because of the tax credit coming to an end. And if you make too much money to qualify for the tax credit, you can actually lease one, and through a lease, you still get the tax credit.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. September 7th, 1909. The man who started the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, Coach Paul Brown, is born. September 8th, 1966, Star Trek debuts on NBC.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
September 10th, 1813, Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry defeats the British at the Battle of Lake Erie near Put-in-Bay, Ohio. September 11th, 2001.
As Matt just mentioned, we have a breaking news story to tell you about. Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City. It happened just a few moments ago, apparently. We have very little information available at this point in time.
And September 13th, 1965, the Beatles release Yes.
It's time for the UD football game recap. A look back at the latest Dayton Flyer football game. Here is Larry Hansgen.
The Dayton Flyers got into the win column with a 38-0 rout of Thomas More in the home opener at Welcome Stadium. UD used up most of the first quarter and marching the ball down the field only to stall at the 4-yard line and miss a 21-yard field goal. However, on the next possession, Dayton was not to be denied. Tight formation. Tight end Cowgill in motion. Play action. Schondelmeyer looks, fires, end zone, touchdown! Gavin Locko back in the end zone. And that same combo hooked up again. Schondelmeyer throwing, end zone, Locko. Got it! Makes the catch! Makes the catch! Makes the catch! Touchdown! Touchdown, Dayton! Diggity down, baby! A 14-0 halftime lead, certainly anybody's game at that point, but Dayton's ground game continued to pound the Saints. Luke Hansen scored on a 2-yard run, and then early in the fourth quarter, give inside to Hansen. Hansen running away from the defense at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown!
Big boy, pound it, and guess what? We hit a seam, and away we go.
Robbie Smart added a 37-yard field goal. Drew Van Fleet came off the bench to throw a 16-yard TD pass to Michael Museri. Again, Dayton wins 38-0. The Flyers are off this week before playing their final non-conference game at Robert Morris September 20th.
You've been listening to the UD football game recap. A look back at the latest Dayton Flyer football game here on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
I'm Larry Hansgen, and this is Miami Valley's Morning News, helping you make plans for this new work week with our 5-day extended forecast now, and Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
This afternoon, 72 degrees, a stray cloud. 48 tomorrow morning, 78 tomorrow afternoon, with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies and an east wind to help us out. A southeast wind Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. With a few clouds passing on by, we'll hit a high of 82 Wednesday and 83 both Thursday and Friday.
A live Doppler 7 radar clear, 43 in Springfield, 44 in Huber Heights, and 44 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Is your car's AC acting up? Keep cool this summer by visiting your trusted automotive air conditioning repair experts. Breathe a little easier by making an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
An update with Jake Magnotta.
There we had a crash reported southbound 75 in West Carrollton about 30 minutes ago, just past Dixie Drive. And just a few minutes ago, this was cleared up. So that left lane no longer blocked. Starting to see that typical morning delay form, 35 west near 675 in Beaver Creek, the construction area. There was also a crash earlier reported in Butler Township. This was North Dixie Drive, close to Old Springfield Road. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO.
I'm Ron Otto with My Sports Rundown, my opinion on the big stories in sports. Here's some more random sports thoughts for you. You've seen those gambling app commercials that end with, have a problem with gambling? The answer would be yes, if you're gambling on Little League baseball games. Remembering the great NASCAR promoter Humpy Wheeler who died recently, any man who could wear a three-piece suit and get some of the biggest business titans to give him lots of money and still insist on being called Humpy is my kind of guy. I love a playoff in college football. I hate two massive mega conferences threatening to suck all the air out of the sport. I love Gus Johnson when my team is winning. Sports that I would follow if I just had more time in the day: IndyCar racing, rugby, and college softball. And I still don't like soccer. I'm Ron Otto, and that's my sports rundown.
This is a WHIO payroll payout alert.
Thank you.
$1,000 coming up at 8 a.m. A lot of weird stuff happens around here overnight. That's why we feature Dayton's only all-news morning show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning. Miami Valley's Morning News is on WHIO. WHIO, Dayton's news and talk. Depend on it.
Hey there. We're My USA Credit Union. We're the simple, go all in, slightly quirky cooperative, can do place to bank. We're for those building toward the future, creating the life of your dreams. We'll always tell it to you straight and help guide you through each step of life's journey. When you join My USA, you've got a best financial friend for life. We're always rooting for you, like a best friend should. MyUSACU.com. This institution is not federally insured, but ASI insured and equal opportunity lender. Contact the credit union for complete details.
This is a Consumer Warrior Clark Howard Minute.
I got a special warning for you. There are con artists selling fake health insurance that are spreading like locusts, a plague across America. You know, we're all just shell-shocked how much health insurance costs, real health insurance. What we have to pay for it as an employer providing to our employees, or if you have to buy your own health insurance, how crazy expensive it is, then the deductibles you have and all the rest. And that's led to all these cons, even telemarketers calling small businesses, pitching health coverage to you, and you're thinking, wow, I'm going to save all this money. And then what happens? You end up with basically nothing because you got scammed and now you don't have real coverage anymore. Be careful what you're buying.
Clark is WHIO's Consumer Warrior, and you can hear him during Miami Valley's Morning News on WHIO.
Everything from clothing to household items are getting more expensive each day. American Giant is about keeping things simple and close to home. They aren't affected by tariffs because their products never leave the U.S. Support American-made, tariff-free clothing with American Giant. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com.
Tony Pike here, and I can't speak highly enough of the people and the products at Pella Windows and Doors of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Why Pella? Because like me, they're all about going beyond. Beyond strength, beyond beauty, beyond durability. It's a Pella thing. Their passion, attention to detail, and commitment to excellence are unmatched. Every window, every door, crafted with care and precision just for you. Let's go, Team Pella. Bringing inspired design and lasting quality to your home. Pella Windows and Doors. Build something great. PellaWindowsCincinnati.com.
This is Dayton's weather, traffic, and news station. All the important information you need to start the day. Now, Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Good morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. A Kentucky nurse recently rescued a drunk raccoon. Misty Combs found the intoxicated beast eating fermented peaches in a dumpster. She performed compression-only CPR and saved the raccoon's life after it passed out. The raccoon, named Otis Campbell, of Andy Griffith fame, was taken to the vet for drying out and recuperating, and then eventually was re-released into the wild. We got 44 degrees at 7:24.
24 minutes past 7 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. Well, we may fall just short of a weather record this morning.
At the Dayton International Airport, we are forecast to drop to 44 degrees this morning. If that verifies, we are 2 degrees shy of the record low that was set back on September 8th in 2024 at 42 degrees.
At Storm Center 7, meteorologist Britley Ritz.
Here is a WHIO impact story, which means we take you in depth on a major story every hour.
Members of Congress remain divided over the direction that Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is leading health policy.
Yeah, Fox's Gernal Scott brings us the reports.
At a contentious hearing last week, senators from both parties questioned Secretary Kennedy's policies on issues such as vaccines. On NBC's Meet the Press, New Jersey Democratic Senator Cory Booker said HHS is risking lives under Kennedy.
They are making it more difficult to access vaccines that in many cases are life-saving.
But on CBS Face the Nation, GOP Senator Roger Marshall of Kansas said not every person needs every vaccine.
And I don't think there's many children out there that need 76 jabs by the time they're old enough to vote.
President Trump said last week Secretary Kennedy's take on vaccines is different and should be considered to maintain public health.
And for more news that may impact you and your family's health in the days ahead, of course, stay tuned right here at 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Well, week one of the 2025 NFL season wraps up tonight.
All eyes will be on the quarterbacks when the Vikings make a visit to Soldier Field to take on the Bears at 8:15 Eastern.
That's Fox's Joe Morgan.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
And in college football news, Ohio State, Penn State, and LSU remain the top 3 teams of the AP top 25.
This after Ohio State defeated Grambling State 70-0 on Saturday. Number 4, Oregon, is back in the top 5, and number 18, South Florida, is ranked for the first time in 7 years.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor. WHIO News Time, 726.
This is Miami Valley's Morning News. I'm Larry Hansgen, and I know we have just had a weekend, and now here we are on a Monday. Weekend seems like it's a long way off now, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It'll be here before you know it. So let's see what's happening. Sponsored by James Free Jewelers, the area's design leader. Learn more at jamesfree.com.
The WHIO Weekend Preview with what's happening around the Miami Valley. Here's Chris Hartley.
St. Peter's Fall Fest is happening on Friday night. That's going to be over in Huber. Games, raffle, children's area, food, live music, and lots of fun. Festival kicks off at 5 p.m. It's going to run through 11. Brimstone Haunt, that opens up this weekend. Ohio's premier haunted scream park in Wilmington. 4 different attractions for you to check out. They got the haunted hayride, the bog, psychosis, the zombie assault. It's going to be a pretty good time. Brimstone is open through Halloween. The Ohio Renaissance Festival, that's going on this weekend out in Waynesville. Lots of shows, live music, shopping, food, and fun. This is the Feast of Fools weekend, Saturday and Sunday, both 10:30 to 7. And Huber Heights Multicultural Festival, that's happening this weekend in Huber. It's going to be on Saturday over at Eichelberger Park. Live entertainment, arts and crafts, food, showcasing many diverse cultures. Festival kicks off at 11 a.m. It's going to run through 6. Getting you out into the Miami Valley, I'm Chris Hartley, 1290 95.7 WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
This is Larry Hansgen. In 1975, I graduated from high school, and that's the year that Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating started serving the Miami Valley with asphalt paving, seal coating repairs, and concrete work for both homes and businesses. Quality work done in a timely manner while staying on budget. The first impression a visitor to your home has is the driveway, your business, the parking lot. Call or visit VandaliaBlacktop.com. 50 years strong and still rolling, Vandalia Blacktop and Seal Coating.
I'm Dr. Merkel. Recently, a 60-year-old patient reported his cataracts are gone, floaters are gone, and he can drive better at night. His tremor is gone and can sign his name better. Hip and knee joint pains are also gone, and he can now go up steps 2 at a time. Overall fatigue and stiffness are much better, lost a few pounds, and his ED and testosterone greatly improved. He hasn't felt this healthy or this good in years. No surgeries, no drugs, no shots were used or even needed. Just getting healthier. He didn't need multiple doctors, just one who is an expert in health. Whatever your health problems, maybe there are safe natural options. You'll know in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And if you get healthy enough, does it really matter the name of the disease? At Take Two Healthcare, we won't guess. With proper testing, we will know what to do. Go to Take Two Healthcare and listen every Saturday, 11 to noon, to Take Two Healthcare right here on WHIO.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
This is the station Dayton turns to first for live team coverage of breaking news. WHIO Dayton Springfield, celebrating 90 years of being Dayton's news and talk station. Depend on it.
Good morning. It's 7:30. I'm Larry Hansgen, and welcome to Miami Valley's Morning News. We are live on Monday, September 8th. We've got 44 degrees in Dayton. Here are the big 3 things you need to know. After a chilly start, it'll be sunny today with a high in the low 70s. President Trump getting close to deciding whether to send troops to Chicago. And our top local story, new information after at least 3 Miami Valley educators are accused of having sexual relationships with students.
Jace Nutt is now charged with sexual battery. Kettering police say Nutt is a paraprofessional for credit recovery classes. According to Kettering Police, the school resource officer at the school was told of the inappropriate relationship.
That's News Center 7's Taylor Robertson. Kettering Fairmont says this reportedly happened to several students in the district.
And meantime, in Greenville, a former high school staff member is accused of having a sexual relationship with a student. WHIO's Ron Otto has more.
39-year-old Justin Travis turned in his resignation Friday after being arrested on a felony charge of sexual battery. Cops say Travis had sexual relations with a 15-year-old student on multiple occasions, and prosecutors are looking into more charges.
And in Preble County, the trial for a teacher accused of having an inappropriate relationship with a student is pushed back.
Paul Bingle was the high school band director at Eaton High School. He was arrested in July after an investigation into an inappropriate contact between him and a student. Bingle's trial has been pushed back as the defense reviews a plea offer from the state.
Yeah, his next trial set now for October the 21st. Now, stay tuned right here as we continue to follow these cases, bringing you the latest updates here on your hometown station, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Bringing in warmer weather this week. I'm Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz. We plan on climbing just slightly above normal. We'll talk about how warm here in your extended forecast.
Well, other than traffic being slow in the construction area in Beaver Creek 35 West near 675, we don't have any major problems right now. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnato, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
I'm Larry Hanskin. This is Miami Valley's Morning News.
I'm Brittany Otto.
And I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
Well, the Dayton Police Department says they're searching for a missing 13-year-old girl.
Anaya Powell has been missing since late Saturday night. Police tell us Powell was last seen being picked up by Lyft in a black SUV and dropped off in an unknown location in Dayton. She was reportedly wearing a red hoodie and black and white pajama pants.
That's WHIO's Rich Jones. You can find a photo of Powell at WHIO.com.
A child is in the hospital this morning after getting hit by a car following a high school football game in Miami County.
It happened in Tip City. Police say an SUV was on Parkwood Drive around 9:30 Friday night when the child ran into the street and was hit. They were taken to Dayton Children's Hospital where they were treated for minor injuries.
That is News Center 7's Letitia Perry.
Well, despite what you may see online, Wapakoneta's Public Works building is not for sale.
The city issued a statement Friday after seeing the building on Harrison Street listed on several websites as being for sale. City leaders are urging people to exercise caution while online and to verify before giving out personal information or making any payment.
That's WHIO's Ron Otto reporting.
Now, Springfield police looking for answers after several car windshields across the city were smashed yesterday morning.
Dispatchers received calls of over half a dozen back windshields damaged with a white piece of tile. One resident says nothing in the car is being touched, just people going around shattering windows.
That is WHIO's Ian James.
Sadly, the body of a 28-year-old man has been recovered after a canoe flipped in Logan County over the weekend.
Deputies and medics were called to the Adventure Trails campground on State Route 540 Saturday. A man on a canoe went underwater and did not come to the surface. Sheriff's office says the man did not have a life jacket on when he went into the water.
That's News Center 7's Taylor Robertson.
And beginning today, court proceedings in the trial against a Florida man accused of trying to assassinate President Trump.
Jury selection is expected to get underway in the trial of Ryan Ruth, who is representing himself in the federal court case. Ruth has pleaded not guilty to charges of attempting to assassinate a major presidential candidate, assaulting a federal officer, and several firearms violations. Opening statements are expected to start on Thursday.
That is Fox's Tanya J. Powers.
Well, the first Sunday of this NFL season is in the books.
Just over a week after being traded from the Dallas Cowboys, four-time Pro Bowler Micah Parsons made his Green Bay Packers debut, registering a sack in a win over Detroit. The top overall pick in this year's draft made his pro debut, Cam Ward getting sacked 6 times as his Tennessee Titans lost to the Denver Broncos.
That's Fox's Greg Thompson. Meanwhile, the Bengals came out on top against the Browns, as you heard live right here on WHIO. WHIO News Time is 7:35.
I'm Larry Hanskin, and again, this is Miami Valley's Morning News. And speaking of that game, well, it all came down to too many mistakes. A missed extra point and a missed extra field goal in the second half by new kicker Andre Schmidt, and 2 interceptions in Bengals territory, balls that bounced off of receivers' hands that should have been caught. It all added up to that 17-16 Bengals win, and Browns coach Kevin Stefanski talked after the game.
We got to play cleaner. Now, there's 1,000 things that we can do better from a coaching staff, from a player standpoint, but we have to do a better job securing that rock. We obviously missed a field goal, missed an extra point. Those are points in these type of games that you have to come away with.
Now, the Bengals get that rare Week 1 win. They'll next host Jacksonville, while the Browns are on the road Sunday at Baltimore. And still to come on Miami Valley's Morning News, Hollywood not happy with AI. That story in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time 7:36.
This is a WHIO payroll payout alert.
Thank you.
$1,000 coming up at 8 a.m. The WHIO payroll payout is back. You can win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10, noon, 2, and 5 each weekday.
That's the way you do it.
Play on the WHIO app and WHIO.com. What is the WHIO Storm Center? It means when you hear these tones, you are just a few minutes away from emergency weather information. Weather is our #1 priority. The Storm Center 7 forecast is always on the radio. 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. And when News Center 7 is in wall-to-wall weather coverage mode, you'll always hear it simulcast on WHIO radio. That means you can take your radio to your safe spot and hear exactly what's happening with severe weather. When it comes to weather, we don't mess around.
Everything from clothing to household items are getting more expensive each day. American Giant is about keeping things simple and close to home. They aren't affected by tariffs because their products never leave the U.S. Support American-made tariff-free clothing with American Giant with American Giant. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
Tony Pike here, and I can't speak highly enough of the people and the products at Pella Windows and Doors of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Why Pella? Because like me, they're all about going beyond. Beyond strength, beyond beauty, beyond durability. It's a Pella thing. Their passion, attention to detail, and commitment to excellence are unmatched. Every window, every door, crafted with care and precision just for you. Let's go, Team Pella. Bringing inspired design and lasting quality to your home. Pella Windows and Doors. Build something great. PellaWindowsCincinnati.com.
This is Dayton's weather, traffic, and news station. All information, all local, all morning. Now, Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Coming up at 8, it's a chance for you to win $1,000 in the WHIO payroll payout contest. Make sure you stick around till 8. Listen for that keyword, and when you hear it, enter it on our app or WHIO.com. 44 degrees now at 7:39.
21 minutes before 8 o'clock.
I'm Jeremy Ratliff.
I'm Brittany Otto. We'll be feeling some warmer weather eventually.
We are going to warm slowly over the next few days. As an area of high pressure shifts further east, it'll turn our winds to the south and east. So over the mornings here, we'll find ourselves in the upper 40s, low to mid 50s, then trying to push toward that 60-degree mark in the overnight, which is where we typically should be by the end of the week.
At Storm Center 7, meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
Yet another movie studio filing suit against an AI company for stealing images of copyright-protected material. Fox's Evan Brown reports.
Warner Brothers becomes the latest Hollywood movie studio to file a suit against Midjourney, the creators behind a very popular image generation AI. Warner Brothers is accusing the artificial intelligence operators of stealing their intellectual property, allowing users to create images of their trademark characters, such as cartoons like Scooby-Doo and Bugs Bunny, to the DC heroes like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, calling the AI's use of the images breathtaking piracy.
Walt Disney and Universal also suing. Midjourney rejects all these claims, saying using those images to train generative AI counts as fair use in the copyright laws.
That's a bizarre story we're following for you this morning. Undersea cable cuts in the Red Sea have disrupted internet access in parts of Asia and the Middle East.
Experts say the disruption began early yesterday, but the cause remains unclear. There are concerns about possible targeting by Yemen's Houthi rebels, though they have denied cutting cables in the past.
That is WHIO's Will Taylor.
This is WHIO Continuing News.
Stopping through a drive-thru today, McDonald's putting more value on the menu.
This week, McDonald's brings back its extra value meals. The chain says for a limited time, folks can get a $5 sausage McMuffin with egg meal with hash browns and a small coffee, and an $8 Big Mac meal that comes with medium fries and a medium drink. Several other menu items, including Egg McMuffins and Quarter Pounders, can also be ordered as extra value meals.
That's Fox's Kristen Goodwin. WHIO News Time 741.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News. Our 5-day forecast sponsored this morning by Greene County Public Library. Here's Storm Center 7 meteorologist Brittany Ritz.
We are dropping into the 30s and 40s this morning to hit a high of 72 this afternoon. Looking at a lot of sunshine. High pressure's in control. Dropping it to 48 tomorrow morning, hitting a high of 78. A little more sunshine. Switching the winds a bit more to the east than the southeast as that high moves eastward on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. High temperatures expected in the low to mid 80s. Barely a cloud in the sky.
Our live Doppler 7 radar clear, 43 in Springfield, 44 in Kettering, and 44 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Refresh your ride with brand new tires at unbeatable prices. Plus, buy 4 new tires and get 4 free oil changes, an additional $300 value. Make an appointment today at GrismerTire.com.
A live update with Jake Magnato.
Larry, right now we don't have any serious problems. We don't have any major backups, so highways right now moving well. No accidents on our main roads as well. Only issue that I'm seeing is an ongoing problem, 35 west, the construction area in Beaver Creek. If you're trying to get over to 675, it is a little slow right now. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnato, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
Well, on Friday, Senator John Husted was in the Miami Valley talking about 2 pieces of legislation aimed at helping both college students and tech school students. You'll hear that conversation coming up in 2 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:43.
This is a WHIO payroll payout alert.
Thank you.
$1,000 coming up at 8 a.m.
Here at WHIO, we really care about traffic. We care so much about it that we've dedicated a lot of resources to getting you the information in the quickest way possible. Nothing's more frustrating than being stuck on 75 and your phone won't tell you why. That's where we come in. We'll let you know what happened and how long you have to wait or what other road you can take to avoid it. Plain language, easy to understand, and accurate. WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
Everything from clothing to household items are getting more expensive each day. American Giant is about keeping things simple and close to home. They aren't affected by tariffs because their products never leave the U.S. Support American-made, tariff-free clothing with American Giant. Get 20% off your first order when you use promo code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com. That's 20% off when you use code STAPLE20 at American-Giant.com.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
One Downy, the rinse change.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Life is unpredictable, but how you prepare for the unexpected shouldn't be. Take ownership of your life planning with Policy Genius to help your loved ones have a financial safety net in case something happens to you. Whether to cover debts and routine expenses or even invest the money and earn interest over time. With Policy Genius, finding and buying life insurance is simple. You can compare quotes from top insurers and could find coverage that fits your needs and your budget. Plus, they offer life insurance policies starting at just $276 a year for $1 million in coverage. It's an easy way to feel good about and plan for the future. No wonder Policy Genius is the country's leading online insurance marketplace. Don't wait for life to make other plans. Protect your family today. Head to PolicyGenius.com to compare top-rated life insurance policies, get your lowest quote, and make a smart move in under 10 minutes. That's PolicyGenius.com.
This is Dayton's weather, traffic, and news station. Dayton's only all-information morning show is on. Now, Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
746, I'm Larry Hansgen, 44 degrees in Dayton. Big three things you need to know. A chilly start, but then sunshine will warm things up to the low 70s this afternoon. Ice holds its biggest rate ever at a battery plant in Georgia. And our top story, some school shenanigans involving educators and students. Well, details on that in our top story at 8 o'clock. But on Friday, Senator John Husted was in both Columbus and Dayton visiting career centers and technical schools as he's introduced two pieces of legislation. One involves technical education and SNAP benefits, and the other involves student aid and loans. And he explained what all these bills will do.
Yeah, great to be with you, Larry. Yeah, it's called the DECIDE Act, and what we're trying to do is to be transparent about what you're really getting yourself into when you go to college. For example, we want every college in the nation to have to make available to students information about what's the real cost to attend, what are the graduation rates in your major, what are you likely to earn, what is the loan default rate average for people at the school in that major, how much debt are you likely to have, what's the likelihood you're going to get a job? And that data needs to be made available, because if you don't know those things, you really can't make an informed decision. A lot of times students fly blind into this situation. Maybe you don't come from a family that has a lot of experience professionally or educationally in this area, and we want people to have more information. This is in line with President Trump's college scorecard executive order that he put in place, but you can't make a good decision if you don't have good information. We want to do a better job for students who want to head off to college to give them this key information.
Are you anticipating bipartisan support of this?
I would, yeah. I don't think that we're going to have any opposition from anyone in any party. It's just trying to get attention to it, trying to get it through that process that sometimes can be very difficult to do. But yeah, why would anyone oppose more information, right? And I think we'll have a lot of bipartisan support for this.
Now, you're going to be in the state today, including a visit this afternoon at Stebbins High School and Career Tech Center in regards to another piece of legislation, the FEED Act. Tell our listeners what that will involve.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I learned this when I was lieutenant governor. I was traveling around the state, and I would go to career centers where students are enrolled. We want them to get job skills so that they can go to work while they're in high school or soon after they leave. And many students were not taking advantage of this because their younger brother and sister, for example, if they made some money, would lose their food benefits. And I said, I inquired, yes, many low-income students are not working in high school, not getting these job skills because their family would lose their food benefits. And I was shocked to learn how prevalent this problem is. So we're going to try to fix that with the FEED Act that will allow a high school student to go to a career center, get a job skill, go to work without disqualifying their younger brother and sister for their food eligibility when they're trying to go through school. We want to encourage the work ethic. We want people to go to work. Why would we put barriers in front of these young kids to give them those work experiences so that when they can graduate, they head out into the workforce? This is literally one of these ideas where the federal rules trap people in poverty. They trap people out of the workforce. We're going to fix it.
And again, that was Senator John Husted, a conversation we had Friday here on Miami Valley's Morning News. Now, our conversation about the weather in Storm Center 7 meteorologist Britley Ritz.
This afternoon, 72 degrees, a stray cloud. 48 tomorrow morning, 78 tomorrow afternoon with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies and an east wind to help us out. A southeast wind Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. With a few clouds passing on by, we'll hit a high of 82 Wednesday and 83 both Thursday and Friday.
Our live Doppler 7 radar's clear. We have 43 in Springfield, 41 in Greenville, 44 at Dayton Severe Weather Station.
This traffic report is sponsored by Grismer Tire and Auto Service. Expert brake repair you can trust. Make sure you can stop when you need to the most. Get a little peace of mind by making an appointment today with your trusted brake repair experts at GrismerTire.com.
A live update with Jake Magnotta.
Larry, for anybody in Kettering, want to be careful approaching the intersection of Wilmington Pike and Brownlee Road. Was just hearing reports of a crash here. This is right near Speedway and Warehouse 4. Looks like we're already a little slow at this intersection. We're also slow on 35 West. That's the construction area. Nothing new here. Trying to get over to 675 in Beaver Creek. With traffic every 10 minutes, I'm Jake Magnotta, WHIO Triple Team Traffic.
I'm Larry Hansgen. This is Miami Valley's Morning News on September 8th. A red letter day. Yeah, a lot happened. We're going to find out in 3 minutes. WHIO News Time, 7:51.
I'm Ron Otto with My Sports Rundown, my opinion on the big stories in sports. Here's some more random sports thoughts for you. You've seen those gambling app commercials that end with, have a problem with gambling? The answer would be yes, if you're gambling on Little League baseball games. Remembering the great NASCAR promoter Humpy Wheeler who died recently, any man who could wear a three-piece suit and get some of the biggest business titans to give him lots of money and still insist on being called Humpy is my kind of guy. I love a playoff in college football. I hate two massive mega conferences threatening to suck all the air out of the sport. I love Gus Johnson when my team is winning. Sports that I would follow if I just had more time in the day: IndyCar racing, rugby, and college softball. And I still don't like soccer. I'm Ron Otto, and that's my sports rundown.
This is a WHIO payroll payout alert.
Thank you.
$1,000 coming up at 8 a.m. WHIO has just won several Associated Press and Edward R. Murrow News Awards, including Best Radio Newscast. We don't do it for awards. We do it for you. Thanks. From WHIO, Dayton's News and Talk.
For This Week in History, I'm Ron Otto. September 7th, 1909. The man who started the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals, Coach Paul Brown, is born. September 8th, 1966, Star Trek debuts on NBC.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
September 10th, 1813, Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry defeats the British at the Battle of Lake Erie near Put-in-Bay, Ohio. September 11th, 2001.
As Matt just mentioned, we have a breaking news story to tell you about. Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City. It happened just a few moments ago, apparently. We have very little information available at this
I'm Ron Otto.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Tony Pike here, and I can't speak highly enough of the people and the products at Pella Windows and Doors of Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky. Why Pella? Because like me, they're all about going beyond. Beyond strength, beyond beauty, beyond durability. It's a Pella thing. Their passion, attention to detail, and commitment to excellence are unmatched. Every window, every door, crafted with care and precision just for you. Let's go, Team Pella. Bringing inspired design and lasting quality to your home. Pella Windows and Doors. Build something great. PellaWindowsCincinnati.com.
At Walgreens, we know hearing flu info year after year can be a downer. What's never a downer? Radio DJs.
Listen up, party people! Before you hit the streets, hit Walgreens up for that flu shot, baby! They've got decades of vaccine experience and that up-to-date flu shot for you because last year's strain is old news!
So walk in or schedule an appointment today to get up to date on all your vaccines. That's the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Vaccines subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
This is Dayton's weather, traffic, and news station. All the important information you need to start the day. Now, Miami Valley's morning news continues on WHIO.
Morning, I'm Larry Hansgen. Coming up at 8, a chance for you to win $1,000 in the WHIO payroll payout contest, so stick around. When you hear that keyword at 8, be ready to enter it on our app or WHIO.com. 44 degrees now, 7:55 on September 8th. Guys got your thinking caps on?
No.
Okay. All right, question number 1.
Oh, no.
September 8th, 1966. What iconic TV series debuted on NBC with the episode The Man Trap? Brittany, we'll start with you.
1966? The Man Trap?
That was the episode, yeah. What series?
I literally have no idea. MASH.
Jeremy?
I don't know. The problem is my brain's in the 70s right now. I don't know. I have nothing for that.
Okay, Will.
I Love Lucy.
And
that's a good one.
Jake.
Good Times.
Good Times. Okay. All of you are wrong. It was Star Trek.
Oh,
really?
That's a random title for Star Trek.
It's the title that threw me then, yeah.
Well, that's why I did it.
Good job.
Thanks, Lair.
Okay.
Good
All right,
question.
September 8th, 1892. 1892. What elementary school staple was first published? And Will, we'll start with you.
Elementary school staple? I don't, biology. I don't know.
All right, Jake?